everyone, today I'll be reviewing The Father starring Anthony Hopkins, Olivia Colman, and this movie is directed by Florian Zeller. So yes, finally I saw this movie, Father. I always had planned to see this movie because this movie got last year Oscar nomination for Best Picture, and Anthony Hopkins, who won for leading actor for Oscar, which is after winning this Oscar over Chadwick Boseman. Many people were like, oh, how come Anthony Hopkins win? So you have to see this movie to know why he won, because in this movie, Anthony Hopkins, he was absolutely amazing. When you watch him, you really believe he is suffering from this thing called dementia in this movie, and the old age also. The way he portrayed this character, oh my god, it's really mesmerizing to see him in this movie. He's so good. He's so good. So is Olivia Colman. Both of these actors were amazing in this movie. But like, you have to see to believe how good both of them were, honestly. So Olivia Colman didn't win for supporting actress, but Olivia Colman really matched Anthony Hopkins' performance in this movie. They were both so amazing when you watch them. It's really very great performance. So performance alone is worth checking out this movie. What do I think about the overall movie? So what do I think about this movie? I will say this movie started out really very interesting, very good, especially the way this director, Florian Zeller, who wrote this movie for Anthony Hopkins. Like, I saw his interview, he was saying when he wrote this movie, it was like in his mind, it was for Anthony Hopkins. And he waited few years for Anthony Hopkins' schedule to open up so he can shoot this movie with him, because this movie is written centered around him. So I will say the way this movie he crafted, the first act is really very interesting. But I will say after the first act, this movie get a little bit confusing. As a viewer, you are like not sure what is happening, because like as the center character, he like struggle to remember what is happening. As a viewer, you also struggle to remember what is happening because you see this movie through his eyes. And so I will say at first this movie was very interesting, but halfway through, I don't know why, it felt very repetitive plot line. After a while, you feel like, oh, what is the truth? What is like lies? You don't know. So I will say that middle act is a little bit too much messy. Still, overall, the movie was really interesting, I'm saying still, but how this movie ended is really heartbreaking. Overall, it's really worth checking if you want to check these two performances. This is one of those movies, the performance is the centerpiece, not the story, because story is very simple story here, you know. This old person is dealing with dementia and he's forgetting everything, so, you know, story itself isn't very compelling, but I would say the performances were absolutely amazing, and direction is not always perfect for this movie, as I was saying. But script is really good. Script is good, but the direction, I think, is not perfect, because I was looking at Florian Zeller, his resume. He's mainly a script writer, so I could see his writing, the way he wrote this movie. But when you are directing, I guess you still have to think about the audience, how they... Because after a while, the audience do get lost in the story you were watching. Regardless, it's still, it was an interesting movie, I thought. I had fun checking it out. That means I understand many people will not like this movie simply of the story is handled here. It's not very, like, you know, it's not for everyone. So I understand if some people didn't like this movie. I thought it was interesting watch for me. But I wouldn't say it was great entertaining movie. That is my... Like, as a critic, I would say it was very well done movie, but as someone, if I was the audience, my perspective is not very entertaining. I would say it's an okay movie. Anyway, that was my thought on this movie. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this movie. If you enjoyed my review, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to leave your comment, and please take care.